Actually, the primary job of CEO is thinking, solving problem. That's their job. It's not to be running around. That's why they get him a driver. They get him a cook. Somebody washes clothes. Even if possible, they can be giving him food in his mouth, so that he can be what? He said, all I do is what? I think for them. That's all his job. That's his job. Thinking. Decisions need to be made. And they don't make decisions with guesswork at that level. You do what? Analysis. Establish the criteria. Here, you must be clear about what you want to achieve. What are the KPIs that the company needs to move forward? Does your company want to achieve profitability goals, market share, loyalty? All of these parameters, you have to decide them clearly. And then look at the pros and what? Of each of the decisions. Because every decision has its positive and what? For instance, maybe you have too many staff. You want to sack them. It has consequence. What's the best alternative that we can take in this case? Sometimes as a nation, I wish we sit down sometimes to look at the pros and what? Of some of the decisions we make. Like for instance, they told us that this is where we are now. This removal of subsidy. Subsidy is what? Is gone. Remember that statement. Subsidy is what? It was a decision. That decision it was what affected what I just spoke about this company just now. It was a decision. It has its pros and the what? But with that decision, I heard that the governors are collecting how much now? A lot of money. Yes, now. Yes. They even told us now that we should stop, we should leave the head, that we should fight our more closer leaders. Because the kind of level that's coming in. So it has its pros and cons. And I'm sure that analysis was done to some extent. That if we remove the subsidy, governors will have more money for what? Infrastructure. But the problem is, are we monitoring to make sure the infrastructure is what? That's the next level. And then you develop a plan of action on how to execute. So you call the marketing team, this is it. You call the sales team. You understand? You call this and call that and call, because you are CEO. Your job is not to do the job. You call this one, you call that one. You say, you know what, guys? This company is taking a new direction. We are closing all our outlet branch. For instance, let me ask you. Sure, you know that MoneyPoint, I think it's now they're having 1 or 2 offices. They don't have any office before. All their staffs work how? Remotely. What does that do? It reduces costs. They don't have to spend so much on transport coming to work every day. And the company also reduce. Let me give you an example. Look at Item7Go. You know Item7Go? If you don't know, it is not good. Have you observed that one of their selling points for me, one of their business points to me is that they don't have any space where they keep you and on AC. If you know how much it costs to cool a place for people that are not coming to eat anymore, hello? That's what's killing some of the other restaurants. They don't pay for that. So they sat down to decide, we are just going to be selling food to people direct. They don't need to come and sit down here. We save that overhead. You should have to sit down, look at the pros and cons of it before you then decide. And finally, monitor and what? Evaluate and monitor that your decision. And then you can make adjustments as you are going. Now let's finalize our story with these 4 lepers. You know the story of the 4 lepers? Sitting by the gate of Samaria. They use you won't believe that. These lepers use a decide system to decide where to go. There was no spiritual. Check very well. There was no spiritual in their decision. Now, I'm not saying you can't, after you have done analysis, you can't say, God, what are you saying? Hello? Yes, now. Father, what are you saying? Remember, Isaac wanted to copy Abraham. Yes or yes? But God said no. So it's okay to say, God, I'm seeing God, Abraham succeeded this way. Should I follow the same? And God can say, no, don't copy that one. You can copy every other thing in Abraham. Don't copy the going to Egypt. Are you getting me now? So let's look at this lepers very, very fast.